Dark Psychology and Manipulation by William Cooper provides an in-depth look at the psychological tactics that can be used to manipulate, influence, and control others covertly. The book focuses on a variety of techniques used by individuals to manipulate others emotionally, mentally, and physically, often without the victim being aware. The goal of the book is to educate readers about these tactics so they can identify and defend against them in their own lives. The book is divided into several sections that break down different elements of dark psychology, including emotional manipulation, mind control, body language, and brainwashing techniques. 1. Understanding dark psychology. William Cooper begins by explaining what dark psychology is, essentially, the study of manipulation, coercion, and influence that involves psychological strategies aimed at controlling others for personal gain. While traditional psychology focuses on understanding human behavior in a healthy way, dark psychology is concerned with exploiting this behavior to influence or dominate others. Dark psychology is not just about emotional manipulation, but also encompasses deeper psychological control tactics that play into a person's fears, desires, and weaknesses. It is vital to understand these tactics in order to protect oneself from becoming a victim of manipulation. 2. The 40 Covert Manipulation Techniques. The book is structured around 40 covert techniques that people use to manipulate others. These techniques are subtle and often go unnoticed by the target, but they can have profound effects over time. Some of these techniques include gaslighting. One of the most dangerous forms of emotional manipulation, gaslighting involves making someone question their own reality. The manipulator systematically undermines the victim's confidence, memory, and perception of events, making them feel confused and insecure. Love bombing. A manipulator may shower the target with excessive affection, compliments, or gifts to gain control over them. Once the target becomes emotionally attached, the manipulator begins to control and dominate their emotions. Silent treatment. Withholding communication or giving someone the silent treatment is a powerful manipulation tactic. It forces the victim to reflect on their actions, often making them feel guilty and submissive. Fear-based manipulation. Manipulators use fear to control their victims. By creating a sense of fear or urgency, they push the victim into making decisions they otherwise wouldn't have made. Flattery and compliments. Compliments, while typically positive, can be used in a manipulative way to create a sense of obligation in the recipient. A manipulator may use excessive flattery to make the victim feel indebted, or to get them to do something they want. Guilt tripping. This is a tactic that involves making the victim feel guilty for their actions, or even for things they haven't done. By manipulating the person's sense of morality or responsibility, the manipulator can get the person to act against their best interests. Projection. In this technique, the manipulator accuses the target of doing the very things they are guilty of. By deflecting blame, they make the target feel responsible for things they haven't done. Narcissistic manipulation. This involves the manipulation of a person's sense of self-worth. Narcissistic manipulators feed off the validation of others and will use various psychological techniques to create an unhealthy emotional dependency on them. 3. Mind control techniques. Mind control, or brainwashing, is a central theme in dark psychology, and Cooper delves into various methods that have been used throughout history to control the mind. Mind control techniques include repetition and conditioning. Repetition of messages, behaviors, or beliefs can eventually lead to the acceptance of ideas that were initially outside the person's belief system. The manipulator uses this technique to instill a sense of dependency and control. Isolation. A manipulator may isolate the victim from family, friends, or other support networks. By cutting off external influences, the manipulator ensures that they become the sole source of authority and support for the victim. Desensitization. This technique involves repeatedly exposing the victim to a specific stimulus until they become numb or desensitized to it. The manipulator uses this to reduce emotional reactions and make the victim more compliant. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance occurs when there is a mismatch between a person's beliefs and their actions. A manipulator may exploit this dissonance by creating situations where the victim is forced to act against their own values, leading to internal conflict and increased dependency on the manipulator for resolution. 4. Body language and human behavior. Cooper emphasizes the importance of body language in both manipulation and detection. Understanding how to read nonverbal cues can help people identify when they are being manipulated. Manipulators often use body language to convey dominance, affection, submission, or deception. Being able to decode these signs is an essential part of defending against manipulation. Mirroring. This is when a manipulator subtly mimics the body language of their target to create a sense of connection or familiarity. By doing so, they make the victim feel at ease and more likely to comply with their requests. Eye contact. Eye contact can be used to dominate or establish trust. A manipulator may use intense or prolonged eye contact to assert control, or avoid eye contact to create a sense of discomfort. Physical touch. Some manipulators use physical touch to establish dominance or emotional control. A gentle touch can create a false sense of intimacy or dependency, while withholding touch can create a sense of emotional isolation. Posture and proximity. The way a manipulator stands or positions themselves relative to the target can convey authority or power. Standing too close, for example, may make the victim feel uncomfortable, while a more dominant posture can make the manipulator appear more in control. 5. Protection from manipulation. Cooper also provides strategies for protecting oneself from manipulation and mind control. Some of the key methods to defend against these psychological tactics include self-awareness. By being aware of your own emotional triggers and vulnerabilities, you are less likely to fall victim to manipulation. Critical thinking. Always question the motives behind others' actions and evaluate situations from multiple perspectives. Setting boundaries. Establish and enforce clear boundaries in relationships to prevent others from crossing them for manipulative purposes. Emotional control. Learning to manage your emotions helps in resisting guilt trips, fear-based manipulation, and other emotional control tactics. 6. Ethical use of psychological techniques. While the book primarily focuses on the darker side of psychology, it also touches on the ethical use of psychological techniques for personal gain, such as improving communication, building rapport, or influencing others in positive ways. The key difference between dark psychology and ethical manipulation is the intent behind the action. Ethical manipulation aims to create mutual benefit, while dark psychology seeks to exploit others for personal gain. Conclusion. In Dark Psychology and Manipulation, William Cooper provides a thorough exploration of covert emotional manipulation, mind control, brainwashing, and the psychological tactics that can be used to influence and control others. By learning to recognize these techniques, readers can protect themselves from falling prey to manipulative individuals, while also gaining insight into the strategies that may be used against them. The book is both an educational guide on psychological manipulation and a tool for self-defense against covert coercion. This detailed summary covers the major concepts from the book, which explores manipulative tactics and the science behind emotional control. Whether for personal defense or to better understand human behavior, Cooper's book offers valuable insights into the darker side of human psychology. Want to buy this ebook? The link is in the description. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing summaries and tips.